So you dance in light and heavy smoke. Have you fixed that treasured heart that's so broke? Here is a tape, follow me, give this a meaning. Do you wanna feel the rush when somebody is listening? Heaven is getting closer to the earth, and someday I'll set you free, I promise. There's no time to lose, the world is closing in, and we're still here. Do you wanna feel alive? We are allowed to watch the rush, feeling like a dream. Who we be crying for tonight? We lost but never found. Fear is not around. We can't turn this world around. This will be the end of treason as we know it. This will be the death of anger, 'cause we won't show it. It isn't safe, follow me, give this a meaning. Do you wanna feel the rush when somebody's listening? Heaven is getting closer to the earth, and someday I'll set you free, I promise. There's no time to lose, the world is closing in, and we're still here. We are allowed to watch the rush, feeling like a dream. Could we be crying for tonight? We lost but never found. Fear is not around. We can't turn it.
Yes, guys. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening for your late night Liverpool show. How we all doing tonight? Big up Colin in the chat. Much love to you, my friend. Much love to you. How we all doing this evening? Some late night Liverpool chat tonight. We're going to be chatting about everything Liverpool Football Club, of course. I'll go have a nice little chat. No, I'm not going to go into any kind of rants or anything like that. Don't need to do that. The rant was on the last show. But big up you beautiful people. How are you doing? Susan, yes. Big up Cockfather, big up Scotty, Danny, Fireburn, Man Like, as well, Alex in the house as well. Paul Joyce Arnold has said he will be blessed with enough attacking options. Would as should Alexander Isak fail to become a Liverpool player? Bad briefing started. Lol. We'll talk about it. Yeah, I'll big up Jamie. A Photoshop of image of Isak in that green Liverpool kit. Now you know what will trigger a few. Just like a record. Opening bid get labelled insulted. You know what I'm saying, man? Big up you, man. Slots comments not looking good on Isak unless he's diverting it. I haven't heard these comments today, to be fair. Big up everyone in the chat. I hope everyone's doing good. Big up everyone. Putting Newcastle on a spliff tomorrow. We are, man. Big up Gareth and Jamie. I believe Liverpool have left it late in the transfer market. We're going to chat about it. Big up Poopot in the chat as well. Jamie, did you see what JD? Yes, I was just looking at it actually just now. Yeah, that's hilarious, man. Did you see Craig Hope's stuff from Sky? I certainly did. Be at Alex as well. Right, let's talk about it. Be up the chat. What we got in here? There's 203 people, 65 on Twitter, 138 on YouTube right now. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Let's get 100 likes straight away, guys, as quick as we possibly can. That's hit the 100 like mark as soon as possible. So everyone, go and stop what you're doing right now. Stop typing. Press the fun button. It's free to do. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't do a thing to you. Just press the fun button, leave a like, and we can love and continue. If you're watching on Twitter right now, come over to the channel and do the same thing as well. Or comment if you're watching on Twitter as well, and we read your comments out. Arnold Slot also said he was happy with our centre-back options. 2 days later, we got Leone, and we're trying to get Guehi. Moral, ignore Arnold Slot. The thing is, yeah, the manager ain't going to come out and be negative. I don't think Slot's like that. Klopp weren't like it either. It's very hard to come out because big up Rasta in the chat as well. Big up Rasta Crab as always. Much love to you as well, my friend. It's very hard to come out and go, yeah, you know what, my options, I think we need a bit more strength in these areas. And because the players listening might just feel a bit, what do you mean? Oh, look how good I am. You don't need any more players. So, yeah, sometimes it's managers keeping things simple, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes managers don't like to stir the pot. You know, managers don't like to sometimes stir the pot where they like to keep things nice and easy, on a nice and breezy. You know, because if you answer a question differently, then you're getting different questions daily. It's easier to just go, look, what about Isak? What about Guehi? What's going on here? Oh, my options are cool, man. I'm good here. Don't worry about it. Next question. So it's easier just to answer like that sometimes. Big up We Chat Football and Chat. Big up Carmino. Big up Andrew. Big up my man Daryl as well. Big up Shankly here. He says Rio Ngumoha sparkled in pre-season to such an extent that Liverpool have said they would rather create a pathway for him than sign Bradley, Barcola or Malik for Fafana, says Paul Joyce. Right, let's start here. Let's start right here, right now. Yeah? Let's start here, right now, yeah? Rio, right. Right. So, there's a lot of Liverpool content creators that I know. There's a lot of people in social media, that big Liverpool fans that I know, that have been telling me Rio should not just be on the bench, he should be starting games. People have seen Max Dowman come on for Arsenal and lighting it up and looking good, and he's in the squad playing games already. People are saying, there's people I know that think Rio should be playing games, not just on the bench. But when you go and ask Liverpool fans, they keep telling me we're a left winger light. We need another left winger. So what one is it? It's either that Rio's ready, because a lot of people want him to play games right now. So it's either that Rio's ready or he's not ready. Because if Rio's ready, and what Paul Joyce is saying is true, if a lot of people believe that Rio is ready, then why would you buy anyone? And this is what I was saying the other day to Cal, Drifty and all that on the Vibes of Copper show, is that if you go and buy a Bradley or a Barcola, especially to sign a Barcola, especially, right? If you go and sign someone like Barcola, then Rio's not getting any game time, because Barcola and Gakpo, you'll be your first choice left wingers, and they'll play every week. They'll rotate between the two of them and play every single week. Do you know what I'm saying? So Rio can't get games. So if Rio's literally a second choice, then simple as that. It's as simple as that. And look, like someone say Arsenal isn't Darwin isn't Arsenal's backup. He's like third or fourth choice. Who's left wing for Arsenal that's good enough to be first choice? If Cody Gakpo played for Arsenal, he'd be their left winger every week. I know people don't like Cody Gakpo, but if Cody Gakpo was Arsenal's left winger, he would be their left winger week in, week out, and they wouldn't be buying anyone else. Sometimes people don't like hearing it because we don't like certain players. A lot of fans don't like certain players, yeah. And this is not just Liverpool fans; it's fans of all teams, yeah. Some fans go to, like, I've heard fans go, why aren't we buying that player? Maybe because that player's not good enough. Why aren't we buying that player? Why don't we buy that player? Maybe that player ain't good enough. Yeah. Does anyone here in the chat want to buy Madueke as a left back option? Honestly, guys, does anyone here in the chat want to buy Madueke as a left back, a left wing option? That's all I'm saying, man. No one probably, yeah. Cody Gakpo would start left wing for Arsenal. Let's just say facts are facts right there, yeah. Unless Arsenal go and get a Rodrigo or something like that, Gakpo would probably start left wing for Arsenal. Liverpool got Mo Salah at right wing. You got to remember that as well. You know, Mo Salah starting for right wing is a world class right winger. Yeah, it's a world class right winger. It's going to be very hard to find a player to play right wing for Liverpool when Mo Salah plays there like he does. Like, I big up Russell as well, like Doku as well. I wouldn't want Doku. He'd wind me the fuck up. You know what I mean? Doku would wind me up something rotten. I just, like, Gakpo winds us up, but at least Cody gives me goals. Do you know what I mean? At least Cody Gakpo goes and gives me goals. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal have better depth. Do they? Who would you have from Arsenal at Liverpool? Apart from Saka? Honest question. Now, I'm being an honest question here. Remember, they got more players, but apart from Saka, who would you actually have from Arsenal's forward line in their depth to play for Liverpool? I'm being honest there. I wouldn't have Martinelli. He's fallen off. None of us would buy Madueke. We've already said that. Would you have a 30-year-old Trossard? Because I wouldn't. Would you want a 30-year-old Trossard? Not that, just strikers, guys, not defenders or anything like that. Just strikers. Just strikers. The only one I would say is Eze, but Eze wouldn't get in our front three. So that'd be good squad rotation. Eze would get in our front three. Wouldn't get in our front three, but it'd be good squad rotation. So, like, I'm being serious, guys. I'm being absolutely serious. In Arsenal's front line, their forward line, in their absolute forward line, who would you have? See, I wouldn't have Gyökeres. I'd prefer Ekitike to Gyökeres, but that's just me personally. So if anyone else wants Gyökeres, that's fine. But I'd have Ekitike over Gyökeres. But I watched a lot of Ekitike last season as well. Do you know what I mean? Saka's quality, yeah? I love Saka. I've got time for Saka, yeah? But Saka's a right winger. You guys having Saka over Mo Salah right now. And Saka's not going to be a substitution, is he? That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. That's what I'm trying to say. This is what I try to say to people all the time. Quality over quantity. This is my thing, what I try and get over to people a lot of the time. I don't want quantity. I want quality. I'd rather have that. Salah, Ekitike, and Gakpo is a better front three than Arsenal's front three. So for that reason, that's better quality. Now, everyone's talking about Max Dowman. We have a lot of you guys, I believe a lot of you guys believe that Rio's the future and he's the next, he should be playing games. So Rio can do the Max Dowman thing at Arsenal, yeah? Because I like Max Dowman, I think he's a baller, right? So Rio's a baller as well. So Rio can do the Max Dowman thing. So there's that, right? So that's their four. That's our four. And then you've got Chiesa. Who are you having, Chiesa or Trossard? Chiesa or Trossard? Who are you having? Chiesa or Trossard? City don't have quality or depth. That's why their bench is shit. Well, like, honestly, Trossard or Chiesa, it's a toss-up probably, ain't it? It's probably a flick of a coin at the moment, yeah? I think Trossard's good, but Trossard's 30 years of age now, and he looks like he's on the way down a little bit. So it's a toss-up, yeah? So we're talking about a toss-up here between Chiesa and Trossard. This is what I'm trying to talk about, guys. It's about quality, not quantity. So I'd rather have Cody Gakpo as a left winger than a lot of the, and then any left winger at Arsenal. I'd have Salah over a right winger apart from probably Lamine Yamal at Barcelona as a right winger and well football full stop. And at this moment in time, I think there's more upside to Ekitike than there is Gyökeres. There's a reason we didn't go for Gyökeres, guys. You guys don't think we could have afforded Gyökeres. Look how thingy Gyökeres is, you know. Liverpool could have bought Gyökeres if we wanted to, but we didn't, yeah? We got Ekitike, yeah? And this is what I'm trying to say. And the Chiesa and Trossard thing, right? Both of them get injuries. Both of them come on as super subs. Would you take a 30-year-old Trossard right now or a 20-odd-year-old Chiesa? This is what I'm trying to say. The only one they've got is Havertz, right? Would any of you have Havertz? Right, and this is what I'm talking about Arsenal's depth. I keep telling people this. If Arsenal lose Gyökeres, Arsenal's front three could be Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. It's about quality. It's not about the quantity of the team. I try and get it through everyone all the time. And again, if Arsenal lose Gyökeres, they're fucked as well because they haven't got a striker. Who's Arsenal's other number 9? Who's Arsenal's other out-and-out number 9? Who's Arsenal's absolute other number 9? Let me know. Who's Arsenal's other number 9? I'm just asking questions now. I'm just asking questions. So Joker's saying, oh my God, hang on, let me get this right. Oh God, I can't watch this shit, deluded bullshit. So Joker, in your opinion, I want to be mature about this and not swear at people and stuff like that, yeah? Right? So, in my opinion, like Joker, I just want to know from you, yeah? You would rather have Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, Havertz, than some of the players at Liverpool, yeah? See, Moreno's not a striker, Trudon, he's a midfielder. That's why I'm asking the question. I'm trying to be... Guys, I'm not being personal or anything like that. I'm not being a bastard. I'm not trying to be out of order, right? Or anything like that, yeah? I'm literally asking who is Arsenal's other number 9 in the team? Because Havertz isn't a striker, we know that. Because what I'm going to say now is, guys, yeah, what I'm going to say right now, right, and I don't mean this horribly, I'm going to say this right now. Everyone in the chat last season told me that Havertz wasn't a striker. Everyone in the chat last season told me that Havertz wasn't a striker. He's more of a midfielder. So again, I'm asking, who is Arsenal's other striker? I'm not being horrible. I can go, guys, honestly, listen, I'm not being disrespectful or anything like that, yeah? I'm just asking questions here. We can play anyone up front. You know, this week we can play like so. If Liverpool started playing, so say Liverpool for a few games started playing Szoboszlai as a false nine. Although he's not a false nine, he's a midfielder, right? Even though he's a midfielder. He's a midfielder. Szoboszlai is a midfielder, but for some reason, Liverpool play him as a false nine. Yeah, right. Liverpool play him as a false nine for about 10 or 12 games, of the season. Are we going to say, like some of you are saying, when Moreno is now a striker, apparently, are we going to then say Szoboszlai is a striker? This is what I'm getting to. Arsenal have a lot of players. So they cover positions, and I get that. I understand it. What I'm just trying to say is they don't actually have another out-and-out number 9. Gabriel Jesus has come out publicly and said he's a right winger. Okay, Gabriel Jesus has done that publicly. He's come out publicly and said he's a right winger. That's what I'm trying to say to people, man. They got a lot of cover. I'm not pretending they don't, by the way, guys. They have a lot of cover. But a lot of their cover are just players that play in different positions. As I said, if Szoboszlai played number 9 for 10 or 12 games this season, and then next season, do we start calling him striker cover? That's what I'm getting at, guys. They don't have another out-and-out striker. Is James Redmond in the chat? I don't see James Redmond in the chat. Where's James Redmond? Is he in the chat? See, I'm not insulting anyone. I'm just like trying to understand of all this. I don't see Redmond in the chat, man. Also, I've not said that Liverpool don't need another striker. Liverpool need another striker badly. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with it. You know what I'm saying? I think you guys thinking we don't need another striker. We do. We certainly do. We certainly do, man. We need another striker badly. But I'm all about buying quality and not quantity. That's just me, guys. I don't see James Redmond in the chat. If James Redmond is in the chat, he can always come on. There's no doubt about that. Oh, there he is. I didn't see him in the chat. There you go. Hammers, do you want to come on, mate? I can send you the link if you're free. If you want to come on for a bit. Sunday night chats. Yeah, Hammers, let me know if you want to come on, man. Let me know if you want to come on. I'll throw the link your way. Jamie, would you take Tony on loan? Yeah, at the moment I would, you know. We need a striker. Not once have I said we don't need a striker. Not once have I said we don't need a striker. But I don't want to buy any old player. I don't want to buy any old player just for the sake of it, if that makes sense. Just to, you know, so we got players in that part of the pitch. I want quality. It's just me. Maybe it's just, yeah, I'm just me. Maybe just me. Maybe I don't know. Someone just put up something that McAllister's out tomorrow. I don't know if that's true or not. I've not even seen the information of what Slot said today at all. So I can't tell you. Right, let me let me see if he wants. James, I'm going to throw you the link. If you want to come on, James, let me know, man. I'll throw you the link. If you want to come on, you're more than welcome, man, if you're not busy. I know it's late. You might have work, but I'll throw you the link. And if you're about, come on, my man. If you can't, you don't worry about it. Question, Jamie. To be honest, Arsenal scary now. They got Eze lol. No. Yeah, Matt was training today. Yeah. Unless you guys are saying that McAllister shouldn't play tomorrow. I get it. Be like Jenny in the chat as well. I've thrown him the link. If he's about here, come in. If he can't, he can't. He might have work, man. I've got to be respectful of my man James, man. Love James. So, guys, I'm not calling any of you out, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Not calling any of you out. Oh, he did say a jump in. Big up. Well, he's got the link. So, remember, 28 months level legends. Big up, Colin. Would you take Tony on the season loan? Yes, my man. Of course, every day of the week, man. Right now, I would. Yeah, quality. Monday Night Raw's going to be peak. Big up, my man, Nick. Go and subscribe, man, to Nick's channel as well. Make sure you're doing that, yeah? If any of the mods in the chat, if you could put Nick's channel, in the live chat, I'd appreciate it. And put Mr. Redmond's link in the channel as well. Come on, friend of the show, man. Put his link in the channel as well. He's almost 100k, man. Let's get him 100k, man. Mac has not travelled with the squad, Jamie. There you go. Not fit yet. Who said McAllister wouldn't play against Newcastle? Who got laughed at? Yeah. I did say he wouldn't play. Question, do you think making this Monday game bigger than it is? Yeah, I mean, it's going to be made huge by the media. The media are going to make something massive of this, ain't they? Oh, here he goes, the legend himself. Here he is, my man.
Oi, oi.
There we go.
How are we, sir? You're all right?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good.
Oh, good. Just enjoying the final. Is it the final week of the transfer window now? It's
1 week,
now.
man. One week. So, did you understand where I was sort of coming from with the quality over quantity sort of stuff?
In terms of our current situation.
Yeah, and like a lot of people talk about Arsenal and stuff like that, and they've got a lot of players in situations, but how many of them would you actually take?
It's a hard one because I rate, as you say, especially if Isak is added to the squad, which me and you are both of the belief that that's going to happen. So I'm all right going with the assumption that will be. And I do think the quality will be over what we had last year. And I've made that point on previous streams recently. I've started streaming on my own channel again. I literally said that on the first stream back. I said, at the moment, our quality, inclusion of Isak in mind, 100% is better than last year. We just might not have the depth in terms of the extra number. But then you can't even say that because you don't know what Rio's going to be once he does complete these micro challenges. How does Slot find him in a cup game? How does Slot find him at the end of it, on the 75th minute where he wants to bring them on when we're 3-0 up against friggin' Leeds United? These are the tests that he has to pass first before he starts giving them the game time. Because people like Carl, that sounds very vicious. I don't know why I started off like that. But you know what I mean? Like, I was like, people like Carl. No, but like Carl, like he says that, the Community Shield was a sign he's never going to play. It's like, no, he passed the pre-season test. Now he just needs to pass the other tests as well. And what you said about Arsenal, would I take any of their players? Would I take Gyökeres over Isak again if he joins? Not a chance. Would I take their right winger over ours? No. Would I take any of their left wing options over ours? I've got Gakpo. I'm more than fine with that.
Gakpo would start for Arsenal.
This is what I mean. And again, you've got to see where Eze's fitted. And now you've got to factor in the potential, I believe, confirmed injuries of the likes of Odegaard and Saka as well. So where does Eze temporarily fit in? And if he comes in and does well, say in the 10, that's where I presume he will start now because of the Odegaard injury. Where does he see? But then if you're going to say Eze's a 10, I'm not having him over there. It's the only consideration I'd have for Eze would be left wing, but that would be like what he has in Gakpo was an alternate. And I still don't think Eze would suit our left wing role the way he would for other teams. So for me, I'm with you, Jay. I wouldn't. But I do think Arsenal have at least improved because now they don't have the excuse of, we don't have the alternative. You've lost Odegaard and Saka. Odegaard's been crap anyway. So Eze coming in, it's not out of the realms to say that he's an upgrade. And in terms of right wing, we don't know what's going on with Saka. Obviously, I fully wish him well. I always want to see us play against the best teams that other teams have got. But as an alternative, they'll have a Madueke or someone like this. They prepared for this scenario. So if they finish second again or lower, they don't have an excuse this time, Jay.
No. And I think people get things wrong, what I'm saying as well. Because there was someone in the chat who said he's sick of this bullshit and left. But big up to them. Because they don't let people finish their point. Like, this is like a 5-minute video and I finished
people rage for it. Yeah. Rage by something they think they've heard.
So I keep saying it. I take quality over quantity. That's just me. You know,
Mhm.
I don't want Liverpool go and buy a player because, you know, let's take the exact thing. There's 7 days from now, basically, because we're just gone midnight. So there's 7 days till the transfer window ends next Monday, 7 p.m. If Liverpool still want Isak, but they don't buy him this summer, apart from, for me, Alvarez at Atletico Madrid, what is the point of Liverpool going to buy another striker that's going to take a position up and take money out of the club when, if Isak's still their prime goal for either January or the following summer? Because, you know, you could go and get Ollie Watkins. Liverpool could go and get Ollie Watkins if they really wanted to, because Villa are a selling club at the moment. It's just the way it is for Villa, unfortunately, right? Liverpool could go and get him, yeah? But then Liverpool got to give Ollie Watkins a lot of wages, sign on fee and money.
I don't know.
And then what
why
do
he's
you
gone.
do with him the following year if you do go and get Isak and he's 31 now?
Mhm.
You know, you're losing money on that player. You're wasting time on that player and wasting money on that player.
Yeah.
So, when they say Liverpool haven't got a plan B, I sort of understand it as a striker. Now, they're not saying they haven't got a plan B for other attacking options. They're basically saying in the striker market, Isak's their plan A. I think Alvarez would be plan A minus if he
Yeah.
was. If they thought Alvarez was available, by the way, I think Liverpool would have pivoted by now. I really do.
Agreed.
Because I think they're the 2 players that Liverpool like the most.
In fact, I don't agree with that, you know, Jay. I don't think we would have.
Do you think it's Isak? Do you think it's Isak?
Yeah, I think we're all in on Isak, to be honest. I'm not saying that we wouldn't look at Alvarez as an alternative. I just do think that we've gone that far with Isak, and I think we're confident in our current position that we're going to get him. So it just seems to be the club's preference. But to be honest with you, Jay, I wouldn't mind an Alvarez pivot. As I say, it's a very fine alternative.
It's probably the best other pivot out there, isn't it?
It is.
I can't think of another striker. Well, the market's dusty.
If you consider, because before the summer you wouldn't have considered any of those attainable, but now with the recent reports, we know Isak's attainable and we know there's a chance that Alvarez is. Considering they are now, they are the 2 best attainable strikers that you can get on the market right now.
And
there's no one better.
Probably cost similar price as well.
And they both probably come in and score a similar amount of goals. And both of them are going to be a threat in their own ways. Both of them have got Premier League experience. They're both proven in the Prem. They're both proven on the European stage. And we kind of know that, you know, some people can go to Atletico Madrid and struggle. And it appears that Atletico Madrid is the kind of club now where, not to disrespect them, but they've just had a lot of the same, haven't they? It's just the same manager, the same faces, the same philosophy for a very, very long time. And I think that they're finding it hard to get the best out of the players at the moment. And the last time they had success, listen, they got what we got in 13-14, a Luis Suarez boost, and he won them the league. But outside of that, it's been pretty much normal Atletico, really. Not really much evolution.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I just think Liverpool want Isak. If Liverpool somehow do get Isak between now and next Monday, I think it is still a possibility. But if they do get Isak, Liverpool could, in theory, have a forward line of Isak, Ekitike, Cody Gakpo, Mo Salah, Chiesa, and Rio.
Sorry, not to sidetrack as well, Jay.
That's mad.
That's a very, very solid front 6. I prefer that 6 over last season's 6. I really would.
I prefer that 6 over most in Europe, to be fair.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Do you know what I was going to say, though? Did you see... I retweeted it, and it was like, I don't know if you ever watch Cop Talk.
Oh yeah, Cop Talk, yeah.
Legend. Anyway, he basically he has this AI thing that he's got, and anyway, he retweeted Luke Edwards' tweet today, and basically it just called out all the contradictions throughout the summer, because I saw Craig, and this is my personal thing now, I saw Craig Hope on Sky Sports today, and it just intrigues me to see how the narrative has changed, and it does appear that things are being, and Indy, indicated this today, that there's a weakness now to Newcastle. They're feeling a bit weaker than what they did originally and feel like they might need to sell no matter the circumstances. Now, I'm still of the belief that they need a striker, at least one. Craig Hope keeps saying 2, when there's this thing about, we need a Callum Wilson replacement. That keeps getting blown out of the water by these journalists. I watched Craig Hope today, and he came out and was speaking on Sky Sports as a platform, saying there is still a chance Isak plays. And he's also coming out and he's talking about that if Ekitike was to have been purchased by Newcastle, they would have then considered selling Isak at the time, but that's not what was
bullshit.
reported. That's
No.
not what was reported at the time.
They would have played both of them. They would have played both of them.
Which shows that, because we all understand that Craig Hope is a mouthpiece. A Newcastle fan had a problem with me calling him a mouthpiece the other day for Newcastle, because I think that's interpreted like, he just licks the club's ass and whatever. And journalists do, to a degree, like they have to. Do you know what I mean? To stay in good relations with the club. But that's not what I meant. I just meant whatever Craig Hope is saying, listen, because it's a Newcastle perspective of somebody who has internal Newcastle sources. So you've got to listen to him. It just might, but the way you've got to listen to him is what's the narrative that Newcastle want to push. And the narrative originally was Ekitike was to be an addition, not a replacement for Isak. But now when it suits them, the plan was always to be fair and to let Isak go once Ekitike or Sesko came in. And the reason why that's very interesting is because that just tells me, all right, if you're confirming this now, let's take you at your current news. Isak weren't really in the wrong all that time because, apparently the player who wanted to stay actually wanted to go. The club knew this and were acting on this, but they weren't reporting that way at the time. They weren't acting that way at the time. You can see, I really do sense a big weakness internally at Newcastle. And I'll read out, did you see Indy Kayla's tweet, by the way?
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth reading out?
Yeah, read it out, man. Go on.
Yeah, man, let me go and get it up there quick because
read it out.
But anyone in the chat who hasn't, read this, it does kind of back up the feelings I was having initially. And again, this is tier 1 at the moment, so we've got to kind of go with it. The summer of the indie.
Oh, definitely. They even, I think they spoke about Indy on Sky today. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They were picking him up. They said he's got real contacts now. He's got the real contacts. So yeah, Indy's the man. He's taken over.
Friggin' hell, he's posted loads in the last hour as well. Right there, the most recent one. The suspicion of St. James's Park is that Newcastle are braced for the second bid from Liverpool. Obviously, that would set off after Monday night, which we've both been saying, Jay. Right. Where's the one that I was right there? Newcastle and Liverpool officials to have peace drinks before the game tomorrow.
I think he put things out like a piss take, don't he? Yeah.
Do you think that's a piss take, or do you think he genuinely is that?
I mean, just puts piss take. Yeah. I'll tell you what. If anyone sees Richard Hughes at St James's Park tomorrow, there's a reason he's there.
Do you think the reading? Yeah, no, true. Do you think the reading behind that? Then again, he won't be outside like in front of cameras and that though. But do you think the reason behind that tweet is like the way he's written it is to take the to have a laugh? But there is some indication that they are speaking tonight. Like, do you think that's...
So, here's my conspiracy theory on this whole Isak thing. I think Liverpool and Newcastle have already done a deal.
You think it's done?
Yeah, I think there's already a deal.
I'd love to have that confidence. I still don't know.
Well, not done. I think there's a deal in place, should I say.
Yeah,
there's a deal in place.
There's more willingness to and understands, and that 130 will be enough.
If you go with, again, Newcastle, I know people talk about Newcastle's statement, yeah. What did everyone expect Newcastle to do? Not put a statement out when their player comes out with that? They got to put a statement out. They can't just leave it. Because if they don't put a statement out, in their opinion, that means Isak's going and they've given up. So they've got to put something out. And that's why their statement was weak. Because they still put in there that, they didn't say he's not for sale. They just said like they don't believe Liverpool can match his valuation. Yeah, which it's just little things, just little bits.
Just a quick side note as well. To be fair, Indy actually had to put that tweet down originally, and this is what he said. So today has been crazy. We removed a certain tweet regarding Newcastle co-owner Jamie Rubin. We wasn't happy with the info given by our source. Also, thank you to our followers for pointing out that PCP Capital's partners are no longer involved with Newcastle, which was obviously involved with their tweet earlier. First Indy L all summer, and he's blocked the comments on that tweet as well.
Yeah. He's got a lot right, though. To be fair to Indy, he was the first journalist to come out and said that Nuno and the owner could be sacked. And then Nuno came out 24 hours later and did that press conference.
He's been right about everything.
So Indy's obviously got information where he's right. He was the first one right with Wirtz back in February.
Dibling as well to Everton.
He was right with Tyler Dibling. Yeah, he was right with Jack Grealish. He was the first one to mention Jack Grealish.
He was the first one to mention the interest in Belieber.
Yeah, And he got that right as well because David Ornstein added him on it. So he's obviously got. There's obviously things there that he knows. Now he's saying,
do you know why I'm sad for him though? Because he's had such a perfect summer. People will latch on to that, and he knows that, and that's why he's taking the.
David Ornstein, who everyone bows down to, said FSG was selling Liverpool last year.
No, I agree with you, and I don't.
They get things wrong. They all get shit wrong. They all get stuff wrong.
And do you know what I respect about him opposed to other journalists? He came out and actually gave a reason, and basically the info that was given to us we did not like, so we took it down. And then obviously people pointed out and corrected the mistakes in the tweet. And again, you know, these people who he's getting who he considers reliable sources, they can get it wrong, and he's been trusting them. So again, it's not a big deal for me. I just know for him, he's not going to like that, or them, should I say.
And I should say, all journalists get stuff wrong, guys.
Yeah, no, it's not a big deal for me. It's still my T1.
Have you gone on that Twitter thing where they put all Fabrizio's "Here We Goes" that were actually wrong?
Yes.
And there's like 20 of them. So even the god of all this in Fabrizio gets shitloads wrong. They all do. Doesn't mean they're not right a lot of the time at the same time. So apparently Indy said today from Newcastle side, they've asked Chelsea to lower the value for Nick Jackson. Jackson's first choice is now Newcastle. I actually believe this. I think Newcastle are trying to get Nicholas Jackson.
Definitely. Champions League. That's why, do you know when, I think it was Cal or Tom who was saying they were worried Aston Villa because Unai Emery's managed them before. They haven't got champs. And you know what I mean? Like, and they haven't got the potential that Newcastle have got in the short term. So yeah, Nicholas Jackson, absolute priority will be getting to Newcastle because you've gone from Champions League to Champions League. Good project to what's looking like a current bad project, but could end up being good. So,
actually, because Bayern Munich said they only want to loan Nicholas Jackson. Chelsea ain't interested in that.
I knew Bayern Munich wouldn't be able to get him.
Aston Villa can't afford him because apparently Aston Villa are now looking at Nkunku because he's only like 20 odd million, ain't he? So they're looking at Nkunku.
Aston Villa are done, by the way. And I'm sorry if it seems like this is the summer of me shitting on clubs about that size, but I'm telling you, they're dumb. Because people think like because they've spent relatively evenly that they're okay, but like if you look at their wage structure, no wonder they're through the roof of PSR. 95% of their funds goes towards these type of things. You know what I mean? Like 90% of their income has gone on PSR related costs. So it's just like no wonder they're in tight knit. Do you know what I mean? They accelerate to the top, and they're getting a bite in the arse for it. Unlucky. I was thinking that, you know, with Villa, because I was like, they were getting some good names, and some of them just didn't pay off. Like, you remember Coutinho and things like that. Just was not paying off. Even when he was on loan at them, they were still paying a big chunk of the wage that he was on at
too much, isn't it?
Barcelona, I think, or Bayern Munich, one of the two. So, again, just poor decision making. People are saying Nkunku on loan, where to? To Bayern?
I think that might be the Villa one, isn't it?
The Villa one? That'd make more sense. They need to take a similar approach to Bayern, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I just saw that just now. That was hilarious. JD McDonough in a WWE wrestler in Newcastle today, ain't they? And he took his wrestling shirt off and he had a Liverpool shirt underneath with Isak number 9 on the back.
Yeah.
Total heat.
Yeah.
No Macca news. It means it's good news then. Yeah, I don't know where this news is coming from that Macca's not at with Liverpool for Newcastle.
I know, I haven't seen anything about that.
Well, apparently Liverpool, you know, they do their walkabout stuff. You know, when they go away from home. Apparently Macca weren't in there.
That can be anything.
Yeah.
That can be anything. And I'm sure something would have been reported if there was anything.
Yeah, because Paul Joyce has been active all night tonight, so I'm sure he would have thrown something out by now. McAllister.
Yeah, there would have been indications. And I'm not seeing nothing when I'm typing in McAllister.
We've been told to big up my man. He says here, Jamie and James, stop dreaming and believing this fake indie. You are naive.
But again, no, you've got to look at the course of the summer, and you've got to say he's been tier 1 on 95% of the stuff that he's tweeted. I'd argue even more. The tweet today doesn't disprove the change in approach that he's had. It's been confirmed by David Ornstein, who you consider a green tier 1 journalist. He's been confirmed to say that that's a team that's reputable and it's a good source, and that's why he mentions it. Sky Sports mentions him today as well. At the end of the day, him, them, however many there are on that team, being reported by the same account saying, and other accounts saying, these are journalists with big followers and really good connections. And the page itself has admitted that it's changed its approach from going from speed and timing and being first to accuracy over
Yeah.
speed. Is just all the indicators, because he's not tweeting 20 million times a day. Some days he will tweet more than others, but a lot of the time it is just quick, efficient news. Sometimes it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek joking. But if you're considering him not a tier one, you can't trust anybody on the platform this summer, because he's got it right and he's got it before the majors. He's talked about the most weird things, the most intricate things before the majors have most of the time this summer. So don't believe him at your paddle based on his past. But you've got to consider this summer he's a tier one. He might not be next summer. Something could happen internally with that page, and they start getting things wrong again. Until then, I've got good reason to believe that they've got the in the nose of the Sagas this summer.
Yeah.
They got it so spot on with Isak. I'm not being funny or not. Even like buying space, fair play to him. He's had a great summer. Do you know what I mean? Seems like he's on a hit list of some sort because he keeps disappearing and coming back. But
he got all the Vert stuff bang on word for word, and he got the Diaz stuff bang on. So
the Diaz one was again like it sounded like just a fun story. And at first, Jamie, I had a bit of doubt. I was like, he's had a good summer, good reputation building with Liverpool fans. Now he's just telling us something else we want to hear. Turns out he was absolutely spot on correct. And again, he was the first one to report about the change in structure. Bayern Munich are overcoming right now, and the fact they want to loan in more players, which justifies what you're saying about how they wanted to loan in Nicholas Jackson. He was the first to report that. So, summer by summer is my point.
Yeah, I agree, man. He says, Ant says, Jay, Wolves are signing the centre forward. Is it Uchi? Is he from, he's from Getafe, isn't he?
Does that indicate any push between them and Newcastle?
Well, because Newcastle want Larson, don't they?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The Wolves said they'll only sell him if they get him. Fabrizio tweeted an hour ago. He said, initially Newcastle hope Isak can be back in full training next week. Tuesday onwards will be important to understand whether Isak will join Liverpool or stay at Newcastle. Now,
Fabrizio said that.
Yeah, people are reading that and losing it. Guys, the fact is Newcastle have got to try and talk to him to get him back in training anyway, right? He can't just not train. But we've always said after Monday's game, we go find out a lot more. We need the dominoes to fall. So
I don't know. From what you've read out, that's not new.
It's just
that's classic Fabrizio.
They're saying internally, Newcastle hope to have Isak back in full training next week. Tuesday onwards will be important to understand whether Isak will join Liverpool or stay at Newcastle. So there's obviously that. What that means, he's heard there's conversations going on in the background, and more news will come out next week. So, yeah, so what Fabrizio's probably heard is that Newcastle he's probably heard it from Isak's agent. Yeah, they're trying to get Isak back into training if because he's got to train if he stays at Newcastle. So they're going to talk to him to get back into it next week. But also the deal. So it's all up in the air still. No one knows. It's all about domino effects, guys, and there's a load of domino effects feeling right now. Wolves are trying to buy a striker. So Larson can leave Wolves if he wants to, because apparently the rumour is now Larson really wants to leave Wolves and go to Newcastle. We know Whistle wants to go to Newcastle, but Brentford have put a big fee on his head, but he's desperate to go. Everyone heard Keith Andrews' interview after the game, told you why. And then the big news today. So the Rodrigo news is interesting. So Rodrigo played for Real Madrid today, but came off after an hour and threw a hissy fit, when he came off.
He wants to go.
Then Fabrizio dropped a bombshell this evening that Tottenham put in a £70 million bid for Nico Paz at Como, who's going to be, by the way, quality in a couple of years' time. Yeah?
And he said no, didn't he?
He said no because he wants to go back to Real Madrid because he was a Real Madrid youth player, right?
Yeah.
He wants to go back to Real Madrid. Fabrizio then said Real Madrid would back and equal any price anyone else comes in for him this summer. Next summer, they got a buyback clause of him for 10 million euros or something. Wow. But the thing is, they don't want to lose him if someone comes in for him this summer.
Wow. So
they want Paz back. Paz wants to go to Real Madrid. He wants to go back. So for him to go there, you have to feel Rodrigo's go to leave. So
all things are pointing to that.
So it's all domino effects of what's going on. Paul Joyce tonight's come out and said he doesn't think Bradley Barcola or Fofana would come to Liverpool because it would get in the way of Rio's development at the football club, which I get. But he never
Rodrigo
mentioned.
weren't on that list.
He never mentioned Rodrigo. So
That's because we've had meetings with them this week. I truly believe that. Truly believe it.
I just think it's a gamble. I think me and James will tell you now that Liverpool need another forward this summer, whatever position. They need another attacker for that quality depth, yeah. It will be a risk. If Liverpool see Isak as just a number one guy and they feel like January would be easier time to get him on next summer, Liverpool are not to go to buy another striker. Because, guys, I'll ask you guys in the chat, who's out there? Like, honest question now. Like, honest question. Give us some names of quality that Liverpool... Because remember, Liverpool only want marquee players now. That's where they're at.
Jamie, I'd argue bar Isak and Alvarez, you're going into the market that Newcastle are currently in, which was
and I don't want any of them strikers.
Which was Sesko, now it's Nicholas Jackson, Ollie Watkins, and I agree with you, Jay. I'm all right. It's not 2009 Robbie Keane no more, mate. You know what I mean? No. I want to start getting the majors, and because we're in a position to get the majors, this is why I respect the approach we've taken. People are saying, "Oh, we should have a plan B." We should. I agree, but ultimately, it's very difficult to have a plan B that's going to be anywhere near equal to plan A. As you said, Jay, if we don't get Isak and Alvarez is unattainable, you start to look at like some very bleak options. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, that's why I admire the fact the club has gone for category A, still solved the Ekitike thing, and I'm so glad that got all blown out the water because he's been a target of ours for a very, very long time. They just saw Newcastle were making advancements, and we got a long-term target. And you know what? The data that's been talked about is backed up so far because he's looked unbelievable, Ekitike. And that's why now I'm in a position where it's like, oh, I would love a backup striker. You know, God rest his wonderful soul. Diogo Jota would have been absolutely perfect in this scenario for my nerves and my calmness. Because just what a player he is. And Slot said it best. Bournemouth would have been a brilliant game to bring them on. Thankfully, his spirit overtook Federico Chiesa and he was able to get a belter goal. But, yeah, it's one of them for me where you have to go for Isak all the way.
Yeah, I hear you. And like everyone's saying in the chat, Alvarez, they're the two. I know you guys are giving me other forwards like Yildiz and stuff like that. And that's good for the wings guys. But I'm just particularly talking about an out-and-out striker, guys.
I think
like
Yildiz,
another number 9.
Yeah, Yildiz isn't really. We're not gonna improve data-wise much from Yildiz and Gakpo. And I'm guessing if you're buying Yildiz, you're spending a lot of money, and that lot of money needs to be better than Gakpo. And I just don't know.
I watched Juventus. I did the watch along for Juventus today. Yildiz was good. He was the best player on the pitch.
He's good,
but he's a good player. But is there any point buying? Like this might sound mad, but is there any point buying Yildiz when you got Rio in the club?
No,
if this makes sense. It's like because you've got two very samey players, ain't you, in that position?
Yeah, and again, like would he come in and get more numbers than Gakpo? I don't think so. And you know, that's why I just think it would make more sense that he just again. I think Yildiz considered attainable at the moment. So I don't think that's a Liverpool type signing.
No.
If we turn it down for Fofana as well, yeah, you're gonna, you know.
Yeah, Liverpool apparently don't want Fofana. I like Yildiz, though. He's a good footballer.
Yeah, no one's saying he's a bad player, chat. I just think we're in an elite market, so we can be a little bit spoilt on who we want. But
see, a lot of people brought this name up, Walter Mendy. I ain't gonna lie, I watched him a little bit.
Young German, the
under-21s. He's very. Yeah. I don't know. He's very clumsy.
He's raw.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Again, no, we've got Rio. Like, if we're going to be buying any of these prospect wingers, we might as well just keep Rio. I mean it. We should. There's no point.
No, I agree with that. See, as a striker, I know a few people put Harry Kane out there. Harry Kane's like 30 with 400 grand a week. It's just never happening. Because Harry Kane, look, would I want Harry Kane in this team right now? Of course I would, yeah. But if you go and buy Harry Kane and Isak is still their number one choice, you're never getting Isak because of how much money Harry Kane would cost you at 30 years of age. What are Liverpool going to do with Kane if they want to go with Isak the following year? And they're not going to let Ekitike go, are they? So they're going. So that's where we're stuck a little bit, guys. Yeah. I think Ekitike is going to be a tremendous talent. I personally feel like I think Liverpool think Ekitike and Isak is the future for years to come. That's the two best around in their position. I think that's what Liverpool are looking at. And they're looking at other strikers thinking, nah. Because Gyökeres was available. Let's get this right. Liverpool wanted Gyökeres, they would have got him. Simple as that. If they wanted Gyökeres, Liverpool got him. They don't want him. He's 27 going on 28. You know, the high end of the price market. It doesn't make sense financially for them. They want to build a team for the years to come, not just 1 year. I would rather Liverpool go. Boniface failed his medical at AC Milan. I don't want Victor Boniface, man. He failed his medical, didn't he? I would go and get a wide forward who could play over numerous positions in that front three.
Yeah, I agree. Facilitator.
Yeah, that's what Liverpool should look at, because a wide player is not going to be in the way of an Isak if he wants to come the fodder in summer.
Do you know what, though, Jay? If we do fall short of Isak and we only get Rodrigo, don't hate it.
Well, Rodrigo, Salah, Ekitike, Gakpo, Chiesa, Rio.
Don't hate it.
Don't hate either.
You can use Rio as a backup. You can use Chiesa as a backup 9. Gakpo has had spells on a 9 before as well. They can both play on the wing as well. So again, you've got that sort of facilitative style, while you've also got 2 wingers. Salah primarily a right winger, but Rodrigo who can play both. So then if Salah was to go to AFCON, you could have a front 3 of Ekitike, Rodrigo and Gakpo. If there was a horrific injury to our only striker on paper, Ekitike, you could at worst do Rodrigo, Gakpo and, Chiesa if you must. Do you know what I mean? But there's options there. Or you could do Rodrigo on the left, Frimpong on the right, as the manager's discussed if Connor's available. Again, there's things we can do because Carl is always bringing up like the worst case scenarios, isn't he? And you do have to think about them because we've been in it before. Of course you do. Yeah, of course. So if we're in them, it appears we've got options who are facilitative, who can rotate, and it seems like the manager's happy with them rotating. Because I do think Ekitike can do a job on the left, despite what some people believe. And he's primarily great in the middle. And then you've got Gakpo, who he can do a job in the middle, but his best work comes from the left. Rodrigo comes from both. So again, it's just like, as long as we get one of those majors, 10-10 window, and it's fine. But if you're still speaking to me, what I prefer, give me Isak all day, mate. We'll find a way with Isak.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're looking for things to move in the market, obviously. It's not like Liverpool can't get Isak. They can afford him if they want him. But if Newcastle can't get a striker in, it's going to be extremely difficult. If Newcastle get a striker in, there's probably going to be a little bit of movement on Liverpool's side of things.
Have you seen the talk on Elise? Someone just mentioned that in the chat then, actually.
Yeah, apparently that Bayern space put it, didn't he?
The release clause next season for Prem.
Apparently it's true as well. It's been, So.
Well, again, no reason to not believe it. And I think that was a preempted thing, obviously, by his agent, because he probably knew that one day he'd want to come back to England. So it seems like a reasonable release clause. And I think Arsenal aren't going to go in for him. Maybe Chelsea could make a push, but again, let's see how that project's looking. And again, they're not really signing players. They've got that many players in those positions. It'd be tough for them to go from like an Esteval, which they've put a big investment in and seem to have faith in, to then an Elise. So I think it would be just us and City again if it was available for Prem clubs next summer.
Yeah, I hear it. And like, I know a lot of people are talking about Diaz and that in the chat. And, I like Diaz. I think Diaz was quality for Liverpool. I like his great footballer. But Diaz literally wanted to leave, guys.
He literally wanted to go.
Liverpool
were staying, but he wanted to.
The thing is, Liverpool wouldn't say. So Mo Salah, when he reached 28, 29, 30, he still had upstream. His date was still going that way. They're probably looking at that. Now, people go say,
Diaz would have been.
Luis Diaz
had his peak season this year.
Yeah, Luis Diaz will probably cook for the next few years in Germany, but
Defo this year.
He will cook easier in Germany than William. Like Diaz will probably get 35 GA in Germany. Is he getting that in the Prem? Probably not. So
I've said this about that. Sorry to interrupt you,
let him go. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you as well, but Szoboszlai, he's like on that same trajectory. Like, I know people just look at him as like the box-to-box speedy midfielder who makes tackles at the moment, but last season he got 16 GA, which is like very intriguing to me because that's like solid numbers in all competitions for a midfielder. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? if you look at his data, he's 24 now. He starts to do this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Szoboszlai becomes a much better signing because, again, I just feel like the data is pointing all in that direction. Like, he is going to be ready to play at the Premier League level because he joined the Premier League at 22. If it wasn't going to be a smooth transition, that's quite normal for a 22-year-old in the Prem, especially when he was coming into a transitional Liverpool team from Jürgen to Slot, a new midfield when he came in. He never had like people who were already experienced in the Liverpool shirt there because they'd all went to Fabinho, Henderson. So he's another one where it's like that, but Diaz just didn't want to stay. But the club made it more than clear that we wanted to keep him. So I can't really blame the club for the Diaz sale. I thought for what Diaz made that, which was he wanted to go and there weren't really much other option when he put in the transfer request. Like, the club did everything great from there. Like, okay, we've got to let him go, but we're going to get maximum value. We're going to get a sell-on clause, and we already know he wants to go to Saudi one day, so we're probably going to get a chunky bit of extra change down the line.
Yeah, like Kwanzaa as well, bigger Ant. Like Kwanzaa wanted to leave as well. The club didn't actually want to sell Kwanzaa, but Kwanzaa came to the club and said, I think I need to play for my progression now, and I need to go out there. And the club were like, all right, and that's why we've got a sell-back clause on him. So, because we did really well.
Doak must have been the exact same situation.
Yeah,
I never got the feeling. I never got the feeling Doak wanted to be at Liverpool as a backup. You know,
no, he wants
like
to
when
play.
Tom was mentioning it and stuff, I just don't think Ben wanted that because he left Celtic for the same reason. He said, "I'm not going to get progression here. I'm going to leave." You know what I mean?
Go and play football when you can, man. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Go and play football when you can. Big up my man with the £2 super. He says, big up both of you. Love the content. Big up you as well, always. And he comes back again saying, Macca News was on Chiesa LFC Twitter. Hope it's fake. Yeah, I just saw that. Big up, man. He's got a 2-second video of someone with video footage that's got sent to him, and he's put it on Twitter for interaction. So, yeah. Do your stuff, people. Do your stuff, man. Earn your bread. You know what I'm saying? Big up Liverpool 6-7 says, Jamie, do you worry Chelsea may ask Newcastle? We want Isak and lower Jackson's icing price down if we can have Isak. No. Not all. No. Isak only wants Liverpool.
No, and despite only wanting Liverpool, they don't want another striker, especially not 130 million worth.
No, exactly.
I was going to say as well, someone asked us, Ben Doak have a buyback clause? Yes. He accidentally put Doak dies, but that's fine. That's fine.
Jamie, did you see U12 got 4 minutes as a sub? What's that?
Oh, yeah, so Trent got 4. Wait there, did you see?
Oh, because he's got that's his number in it.
Yeah. Trent, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I was going to actually bring this up to you. So, obviously, Carvajal came back last week, didn't he? And when he got subbed on, his on-the-pitch stats were actually better than Trent, even though Trent played an hour of that game. The fans were absolutely over the moon to see him back. It was like the hero coming back.
I've heard the fans that like Trent.
And already the media's been slandering Trent as far as it goes. Not even about his defending as much. More that he's not brave on the ball and he's not being brave on the ball. And there's already the talk about midfielder and stuff. Anyway, he was dropped today, and he was subbed on for 4 minutes at the end of the game. He was subbed on in the 87th minute, and I don't think he'd done anything at all of any significant note.
Hey, he made his bed. He made his bed.
I agree.
He could have been playing.
Do you see it working out for him there? Because Carvajal is God. He's just got back from a year injury, and it appears he's already the favourite option.
He's a better right back.
He is a better right back.
He's a better footballer, but he's a better right back, and he gives back. He gives better balance.
Even footballer, he's not bad. You know,
he's a quality player, but
like he's a better footballer than Trent is a defender. You know?
Yeah, Trent at defending. When Trent's at his best on the ball, I don't think there's many in Europe better. You know, when he's at his top tiddly best, Trent's the best. But Trent must be looking at it now going, I could have been playing balls into verts at Liverpool. The over the ball, the pass over the top, the Mo is still on. You know, it's like...
you didn't join the Galacticos, you left them.
Yeah, exactly.
It must be tough that though. It must be tough to like leave Liverpool for the reason of everything you wanted to join to see Liverpool become what you wanted, and it's just you just had to. You won a league title last year. The indications were already there. I'm really surprised he didn't stay, but you know what? Like if this is what he believes was the best route to a Ballon d'Or, which I don't believe it was.
No, I think he had more chance winning at Liverpool than he did at Madrid.
Of course he did, and I think he knows that now. I think he'll start to realise he's got no chance. I never saw the logic of going to Real Madrid and winning a Ballon d'Or. I think they've absolutely wigged him. I think they pulled his ear, and I think they've made a bit of a piss out of him, because I do think they'll drop him as quick as they bought him. Do you know what I mean?
How many players at Madrid actually win Ballon d'Ors? Because Ronaldo won a lot of Ballon d'Ors while he was at Real Madrid, but he also started his Ballon d'Ors when he played for Man United, and he's Ronaldo.
And he's also Ronaldo, yeah.
So Ronaldo played anywhere, would have won Ballon d'Ors.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Benzema won one Ballon d'Or because he's Benzema. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Big up my Newcastle fan here. I'm telling you, unless you pay 150 million, you're not getting him. Whether Liverpool value him not, isn't their decision. Pay 150 million, and you'll have. There's no such thing as 150 million. It's made up by the media.
Give me him, Jay. Give me him. Let me feed him to me. Listen.
Tag.
Yep, that's the one. Right, listen here. No, listen here, Constant. Right, listen to me. 150. You will get what you're given when it comes to this transfer value. You've been bullied by your own journalist to think that you're going to get 150 million for this transfer, and you're going to absolutely cry your fucking eyes out when you realise you're not even going to get a fraction off that. You'll still get a chunky bit of change. You're going to get about 130 range, and you're going to like it. And you know what? When you see Isak doing this on Liverpool Post after we've signed him for 130 million, not 150 million, the same way that your journalist reported that Ekitike was going to be an addition, not a replacement, and it turns out actually if you've got Ekitike, then you would have more than happily sold to Isak. Your journalist and your club is all over the place. It's in limbo. It doesn't know where it stands, and quite frankly, you have got an identity complex. Stop thinking that you're going to get 150 million. Stop thinking that you're in control of the scenario. Your club at the moment isn't that club, mate. Okay?
There you go. Yeah, this 115. I've never seen Newcastle come out with this 115. It's just the media. It's mostly, by the way, the 115 million pound mark is being led by Luke Edwards on Twitter. He's the one who keeps driving. Even Craig Hope today. I don't know if people listen, because a lot of people have put Craig Hope's comments out today where he said what he's been told from Newcastle is that he's actually going nowhere, and they leave it there. What he actually continues to say, though, is if Newcastle get one in, maybe 130 million could do it.
Thank you.
But they don't carry that on the quotes on Twitter. So if you did watch the programme, you'd think that's all he said.
Yeah. That's actually something I was meant to mention earlier as well. Thank you for reminding me, because again, it just shows that Newcastle are retracing the steps, and that indicates weakness to me. And the fans are lapping it up, but it's just. They did it with Ekitike. They did it when Isak put out the statement and Newcastle bounced back, and apparently that was the confirmation Isak was going to stay and Newcastle weren't going to be bullied, and it just turns out it was all bollocks. But you know what, though? Based on temporarily stringing your fans along, Newcastle have done an amazing job. Amazing.
I know.
Their Saudi status is what gave them that confidence, by the way.
I know. Yeah, it's just crazy. So let me just share the screen with you guys. I've got something here to show you. Quite interesting. This is very interesting. There we go. So Fabrizio, pretty much saying Wolves have submitted a £20 million bid today for Uchi. Negotiations are underway to get the deal done. Wolves need a new striker ASAP.
Ooh la 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 la.
Is that the start? Is this the domino effects was going to start happening this week? Because
hell yeah.
We know Newcastle have been heavily linked with Stad Larson now from Wolves.
Damn right, Jamie.
He wants to leave. He wants to leave and go to Newcastle.
Indeed.
Wolves need a new striker. They put a bid in today for this guy. Nicholas Jackson apparently wants to go to Newcastle. Villa can't afford him. But the only other club, Bayern Munich, want to do a loan deal. Newcastle just want to get his deal lowered a little bit. Are these the domino effects, James, that we're starting to see?
This might just be that. But again, though, I've still remained strong that Newcastle are going to get a striker because they have to. They have to. So when people are doubting the bad business behind the scenes, true. But they are so desperate. They are not going to have the same tight-knit approach
Sorry,
against
Promo.
England at the start. Go on.
Promo's my man. Sorry, Promo. Sorry.
Sorry, Promo. Sorry, Promo.
I love
Promo.
Promo.
I don't even know what the problem is, Promo, but I'm sorry. No,
the domino effect word, but big up Promo.
Oh, does he not like that phrase? I do, though, I do. I really do think that there's a potential that could be it. It could be Nicholas Jackson. It could be both. I just think Newcastle's plans to get 2. If they get 1, at least they'll sell him.
I think one does it. I think. Someone says here. What's this here? My gut is telling me Newcastle will get a 9.
Way to spell it, by the way. That is nuts.
I know he's done it on purpose as well, so
I can imagine that. Oh, sorry. Thank you for clarifying, Jay. I thought that was an accident at first.
We'll get a 9 very late on, but won't sanction sale of Isak and play the whole we tried for facilitate. But you're going to have to stay one more year. I hope I'm wrong. Do you know the thing? This is what I think might be happening behind the scenes. Now, this might be where I'm wrong and everyone else is right.
Let's call it the sausage effect.
Who said that?
It was Bob.
It's called it the sausage effect. We'll take that. We'll take that. The sausage effect. This is where I think things could be a little bit. Is where Liverpool and Newcastle behind the scenes on the phones, chatting, emails, I think have come to a thing of like the deal's there to be made. If you get your players, we make the bid. If you don't get your players, we won't make the bid. I think that's the deal. I think that's the deal.
So would you say there's no chance if they get no strikers that we don't get Isak?
Yeah, I think if they don't buy a striker, we won't get Isak.
I think it's much less likely, but I still think there's a chance. I'm not even willing to discuss that right now because I do believe they're going to get one. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to have such a hypothetical debate, but I just think I don't think there's room. Also, do you see Isak going back on his word if they tell him he needs to stay and he just goes back and plays?
I think he might go back and play because players need to play, yeah. But the problem with Newcastle, Isak has turned down, apparently according to Fabrizio and a lot of other journalists and David Ornstein, Isak has turned down 4 contract renewals already from Newcastle. Yeah. So, fuck knows what it costs to keep Isak at the club. You know what I mean? Honestly, what would it cost Isak to stay at the club?
Money. This is what I mean. He's so desperate to go.
I think he's done. He'll play because he's got no choice. He needs to play football, yeah, so he'll play. But I don't think... Do you remember... Who was the guy... No, not Virgil. I'm going back a bit here. Who was the Dutch striker at Nottingham Forest who gave up because he wanted his move? He really wanted his move, right? And he scored a goal and he celebrated on his own and the Forest players hated him and moved off. The Dutch striker. Someone put it in the chat. He played for Forest. He wanted his dream move. His move never happened for him. He kicked up a fuss, went on strike and everything. Ended up playing again, scored a goal, celebrated on his own. And everyone else and the Forest players hated him. They just didn't even bother celebrating with him. They just walked down the other end.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Is it Vuonzong? Vuonzong?
Hoydonk. That's it.
Hoydonk.
That's what it reminds me of. No one's ever brought this up. Yeah, Pierre Van Hooijdonk. There you go. He did exactly the same what Isak did. He put out statements. He went on telly. He literally went on telly and done an interview. Went, I want my move. Went out of Forest.
Yeah.
Forest put a hold to it, played, and then a little bit later he got his transfer and he actually left. And it actually went through in the end. But
so do you think if it does get to the point, do you know what I do foresee? If he does have to stay, I do foresee the club saying I do see the club sort of saying all right, listen, we'll get it done in January and just see it through till then. But I just think if he's not playing yet, because he's already not played 3 games, I don't think people realise how significant that is. He's came out and again, you've said this loads of times, Jay, but Suarez didn't come out and say anything to this level. Coutinho never came out. And it's just I'm just thinking, he's done so much. The club have got to just let him go. But again, like you said, there's still factors.
What's it? What have we got here? All right, let me play this video.
Well,
Let's
have a gander.
let's have this. There we go. Make sure it's turned up. There we go. Let's go.
Alexander Isak, the Monday of Newcastle, Liverpool is coming. It's going to be obviously an important moment because it's going to close this story between Newcastle and Liverpool. And then from Tuesday, we will understand more on the Alexander Isak story, whether it's going to Liverpool or whether Newcastle are going to be able to keep the player at the club, change his mind. Newcastle internally hope that this week after the game, Alexander Isak can return to training. Newcastle really hope that. Newcastle internally have this feeling that they want to convince Alexander Isak to be back in training after the game on Monday. Liverpool remain on the imposition. They want Isak, they will attack for Isak, but it depends on Newcastle. This story, I told you since July, completely depends on Newcastle. Isak wants to go to Liverpool, Isak wants to play for Liverpool, Liverpool want to go for Isak, Liverpool are prepared to pay, but Newcastle are the ones who decide, and Newcastle will try their best to keep the player. So let's see what's going to happen there. Let's see what kind of week will be after the game on Monday. But Newcastle internally, the technical staff of Newcastle hope that Alexander Isak can be back in training already in this upcoming week ahead of the end of the transfer week.
That almost sounds to me, though, Jay, like as if the only thing Newcastle are banking on now isn't just the strikers, it's just if he gets back to training at all. That's what it sounds like they're banking on. According to his words, I'm not using anyone else's news. According to what Fabrizio's just described it, if I was a Newcastle fan, that was the first news I heard about it. That's what it sounds like. They're banking on him coming back, and if he doesn't, they don't convince him, they don't manage to, then...
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if on Wednesday or Thursday you get like it all breaks.
Do you think so? Because that chat. Am I wrong? Like that's what it sounds
for
like.
Me, for me, it sounds like
if he's not back in training, a deal's likely to get done because Newcastle will be forced to sell. It seems like, which we kind of already knew, they're dragging it to every last opportunity to where they can get him to stay, and they're just not going to be able to do it. But they've been so desperate to.
I think if Newcastle get one striker in with the option of maybe getting another one in this summer, they and 130 million comes in as that goes. If they go and get a striker in, if they get a striker in as that goes, I wouldn't be surprised on Wednesday. I think Wednesday's the latest day we hear anything because you can't go to Thursday and Friday because that's just too late then.
He's just said Tuesday we could know.
Yeah, Tuesday. Like he's obviously heard something to make that claim.
He's got to have.
He's heard something to make that claim.
And it aligns with what the other tier ones have been reporting, which is that there's internal sort of change in Newcastle stance on Isak, and that they're on a weaker back foot at the moment than what they was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, which was always going to become the case because there was always going to get to a breaking point where it was just going to be desperation.
What I see from this transfer, there's what Fabrizio pretty much just said there. There's nothing more Liverpool can actually do. They've done everything in their power.
It sounds like the work's already done. It's really what it sounds like is that Isak just needs to give them encouragement, which we all know is not going to happen. And I think if I was to take Fabrizio as absolute gospel, and I know he's reliable and he's great at what he does, but that would almost say to me that he's joining because he's basically, again, and I'll repeat this for the last time because I've said it 4 times in a minute, that really sounds like to me, he's saying, if they can't convince Isak to come back, forget all the other stuff, they're going to have to sell him. And that just changes their increase for a striker, which means they're probably going to pay over the odds because they're going to be desperate. So that's what that would sound like to me if I took him as gospel.
Yeah, and Ornstein apparently talked about today that it could be right after the game. Tuesday. I wouldn't be surprised. We wake up Tuesday morning, guys, and there's a load of news.
And you know what as well? Like, someone just said something there. It was Scott, I think it was, and he said it could also be that they're digging the heels in and ain't selling Isak. But again, no, I'm not talking about the overall situation, which I also don't think indicates that. What Fabrizio just said there just implies they need him to come back. So they're going to try one more time to get him to come back. If he doesn't come back, there's little they can do.
Right, AFC Super Milk, which is Super Mix, which is a bit worrying in the first place. Says Liverpool South says we're an attacker while they got no defence. Who says we've got no defence? Who
I
said
don't get that.
we've got no defence?
Our
Okay,
defence won the league last season.
so if our if our defence, so by the way, we conceded more goals than Arsenal last season, but they still finished second.
We had more clean sheets than Arsenal last season, though.
Arsenal conceded less goals than Man City 2 times before that, and Man City still won the Premier League.
And we got more clean sheets as well, Jay.
We had more clean sheets up
We
to
have
when
more
we won the
injuries at the
title.
back. We have more injuries at the back. We had
So
right
this-
back rotating every week. We
This
had centre. We had Kanate with very few injuries, but still, you had Allison out for a lot of the season.
yeah, Allison was out for like 12 games.
Robertson even had spells out on the sideline. So again, you got out clean sheeted by that back line, and that back line won the league.
Do you know? I believe there's somewhere. I'll have to find the thing. Someone in the chat might find it for me. Yeah, Alison Becker actually played 1,000 minutes less than Raya last season, and was only 3 or 4 goals away from the Golden Boot.
And again, we got more clean sheets in totality than Raya.
Yeah.
If you factor in Keller's Premier League games, which you have to do, we got more clean sheets.
It's just what people look at it, right? It's the way Liverpool defend as a team. Liverpool defend as a team completely different to Arsenal, which I agree with. Arsenal are the best team set up in the Premier League to defend. I won't go against that. They are the best team at it because they're more pragmatic than Liverpool are. Liverpool are the most attacking team in the Premier League. The only 2 players that don't attack for Liverpool are Virgil van Dijk and Konate and the goalkeeper, really. Everyone else is on...
Yeah.
You're full on attack, everyone in front of the ball, go for it. So...
And then say Gravenberch when that happens. Because once Gravenberch is back, you're done for, mate. Because
it's
again,
different. We defend differently as teams. You know, as I said, Man City and Liverpool defend far differently to the way Arsenal do. And I will give Arsenal their flowers here. As a team, they're set up defensively the best out of any top team maybe in Europe, right? I'll give you all that credit, yeah, I will. Honest, and that's an honest take from me. That's a praise for you, right? If you take that as a negative, that's up to you. But that is a praise for you. You are set up the best defensively in the top team in Europe, in my opinion.
That's also stylistically how they play.
And it's how they play. Liverpool don't play like that. Liverpool are very front-footed, very attack-minded.
Under Rafa Benitez, we were probably better defensively on paper than what we are now, or structurally than what we are now. But we've just
we're a better team now. Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
But Arteta really is no different than Rafa Benitez, if you call. And he's worse. He doesn't have a Champions League. He doesn't have the cups like the FA Cup. You can't insert Mikel Arteta into conversations with the likes of Slot and Klopp. You can't even do that if you can't even put him in a conversation with Rafa on their current resumes and their current ways of playing, because Rafa was like that, you know, he loved the defence and he loved set pieces and things like that. But then just shut up, basically, because you're at a point where you're just being desperate. You know, do it. Less speak, more do. This season, win the league after buying the striker that you so desperately needed, and Eze and all these. Go and let that defence win the league, because the saying goes, defence wins you leagues and all that other stuff.
I think it's changed.
Finally win it, and I agree with that. Yeah, I do as well. I don't think it's a definitive rule, but and don't forget, Rafa won 2 leagues with Valencia as well. You can't compare what's considered a bit more silver tier in Rafa to, you can't even compare Arteta to him. So just stop trying to think you can do it with these other A category managers who are around at the moment as well.
Yeah, I've got Arsenal as the favourites to win the league. Right,
they have to be the favourites.
They spent the most money. They got a gigantic squad. They got the best defence. They got the best defence in Europe. What we keep telling about. They got the best number 6 in Declan Rice. And
currently spent more than us.
Yeah, and they got the best goal scorer in Europe. That's just a fact. They told us that in the summer. We got the best goal scorer in Europe. We've got the best passing midfielder in Zubimendi, and we got the best defence in Europe. That's what Liverpool fans have been told by Arsenal fans, yeah? So you have to win the league. Do not let these Liverpool team that's got a shit defence and old players win this title. Don't let it happen.
Don't let a team that's spent less than you beat you in another league title, right?
Don't let it happen. And says, Jay, there's rumours that we've bid 130 million be announced after the match.
That is aligned with what you've said, because you're saying it's already like pretty much in place to be done.
If we get close,
I don't know if mine's gone there again. Is that mine gone? Or is that Jez's gone? Chat, is that me or Jezza? Could be me, could be Jezza. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'm going to keep going just in case. Because before, when it was wrong, it came up with the connection thing. So is that Jezza? That's gone. But now the chat stopped, so it might be me. Never mind, it's just me. Wagwan, chat. Going down in the Hamas Red Bondino town. We're taking over this stuff, baby. Rip stream. How's the stream just finished? Okay, so I'm still in. That took ages to come through. What were we even just talking about? James takeover. You're damn right, Scottish Bear. You're damn right. We're here to have a party. Right, how do we get Jamie cancelled? He hasn't done it himself, so we have to take it to another level, which, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be able to achieve in such short time. So, yeah, but we should find a way to get him cancelled in some sort of way. Like, oh my God, I can't believe he would allow such a degenerate to take over the stream. It's like, have you not seen the host? You're not seeing the host. You just got hijacked. I hijacked the stream. In fact, I hacked this whole system. I got all Michael Edwards and that to hack into the system with me. Jamie couldn't handle any more of the Arsenal chat. But he is right as well. He's absolutely spot on. Arsenal the favourites, not asked. Jezza, you left us, mate.
Do you know what it is? For some reason, my internet does maintenance after midnight sometimes. You know, and your router goes off for a second. That's the fucking nightmare.
By the way, Jamie, you might now be cancelled.
Why was that?
Just you might not have a channel in about 5 minutes. Possibly. And I think you're going to get the blame because people are going to say to you, oh, why did you leave such a degenerate on your stream unsupervised? So, yeah, just we'll see.
If you've said anything more mad than I've ever said on this channel,
I said this. I basically said to the chat, how do we get Jamie cancelled? And I said, there's probably nothing I can do that he hasn't already done. So it's probably going to be quite difficult.
It's perfectly safe. Who will break the Isak news first? Always seen Joyce, Fabrizio, Indy. I want it to be Indy. I ain't gonna lie.
I want it to be Indy. It deserves to be Indy. It will be Indy, by the way.
Indy's going to break something at 11 p.m. tomorrow night, I'm telling you. It's going at 11 p.m. tomorrow night, Indy's going to throw something out there, man.
Someone put a good little fake comment in before, to be fair, saying something like, Indy will report tomorrow, saying along the lines of, Isak, Liverpool fans, good news, Isak is your player, or something like that. That sounds like such an Indy tweet.
He'd cancel himself, to be fair. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that would. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, hopefully it's Indy, man. I just want to talk about Marc Guehi quickly because there is another player Liverpool want, and that is Marc Guehi. These are the two by the look of it. Marc Guehi played for Crystal Palace again, and again, we're talking about Isak maybe going back to training, but we got a defender that we're wanting actually playing physical games at Crystal Palace.
Mm-hmm.
I think Liverpool go wait to the last breathing moment of this summer window to get him because it'll be beneficial to them because they can get the bid down lower. Because what Parish has apparently said, Parish wants him sold this summer because Parish said, unfortunately for them, although Eze's gone, they can't afford to let people go for free in their financial situation right now. So they need to make some money. So I do think he'll go this summer, but Liverpool go wait till the last minute to get the cheaper deal.
They've shown the hands, haven't they, in negotiations, really. They've expressed a bit of desperation because they've clarified they can't to let the player leave for free. There's no indications that he wants to extend. I think he'd be happy to sit out another season if he must, but I think that is a big indicator that he's going to go, and it could be for more a price that we like, maybe 35, maybe we'll try. I think if it gets down to 35, cushy. But again, like you, Jay, end of the summer. It'll be an end of the summer one because Newcastle know they've got time to bump the price up. We know we've got time to bump the price down, and I think the longer the days go, the price will go down ever so slightly, and terms will be more agreeable. So, I think he'll be a Liverpool player by the end of the window. Can't wait till he is, to be honest with you, Jay, because what Guehi does, he doesn't just come in and improve our depth. He potentially comes in and improves us immediately. And on top of that, he also gives me complete and utter satisfaction whatever happens with Konate. And I think the club see him as that type of player as well. That if Konate, for whatever reason, doesn't leave this summer, but still does want to go to Madrid next summer, which is very plausible. With people we've just been through the scenario. You get a big chunk of change when you go to a club for free and you're playing for Real Madrid. And for someone who never claimed Mr. Liverpool, for someone who isn't Scouts, for someone who isn't a boyhood Liverpool fan, it makes more sense that he would be intrigued by that offer. And it's a bit of a while since we've heard about the news of what he's responded to his contract offer, because there's one on the table according to the tier ones, and it's not really being responded to yet. And from what I understand, that was the last offer. So I don't know if there's going to be any more willingness to tweak terms, and there might be, depending on the terms. But again, it just doesn't sound like that. So for me, the club see him as a replaceable player, and I think that they deem Guehi as that suitable replacement. And I think they'll try and get it done this summer, and he'll be our player.
Yeah, I think that Liverpool see a lot in Marc Guehi. That they're after him for a lot of reasons, as you said as well. And there's a lot of upside to Marc Guehi. I think he's an extremely good centre back. I think he don't get the love he probably deserves because he plays at Crystal Palace. But it's a bit like not like Virgil at Southampton, because Virgil's a different kind of defender entirely. But Virgil at Southampton was arguably the best centre back in the league, but no one gave him that praise because he wore a Southampton shirt.
He was getting into like European 11s and stuff.
And as soon as he put a Liverpool shirt on, and at the end of that season, people were saying he's the best defender in the world.
He elevated naturally, didn't he?
Like in months of playing for Liverpool. Well, he doesn't go from being average to world class in just a few months. He was always that at Southampton. He just weren't getting the praise because he wore a Southampton jersey.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. Like Mane, look how elite Mane was at Southampton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he become arguably the best left winger in the world for about 2 years for me when he was at Liverpool. You know, I mean,
you know what I felt.
You know what I'm saying? So, weren't many like people were talking about it's either Mane or Neymar. They were the conversations when they were at their peak as left wingers at the time.
Do you know what that saying from me really aged gracefully very soon after I said it? Because when I said that it was Hoffenheim qualifiers, so that was the interview. That is nuts. Yeah, that was his second season, the start of the second season, by the way. So for him to then just continue doing this right after I said it, I took full credit. I still take credit for Mane's career.
No, he was quality, man.
He was unbelievable. But he genuinely was, and he showed the signs early on, which is why I said it. I just thought he was something that we hadn't had since. I didn't feel like that superstar was there since Suarez, you know what I mean? And he felt like that.
How many times have you watched that video back?
Me?
Yeah.
Nowadays, much less. At the time, a lot more, because it was just running in the background when you'd read comments and stuff.
It was
everywhere.
It was everywhere.
It was. And you get shown it a lot. And at the time in Liverpool. So it started off big in Liverpool, and then it went big in the country, and then it just went big everywhere. And while it was big in the country, just the country, it was like absolutely booming because it was being posted on meme pages. You couldn't get away from it, like everywhere it went. Whereas now I can like go out and not be recognised. At the time, that wasn't. And I'm not trying to sound like a big-headed twat or not. And like, if you went out into like a nightclub where I had a similar demographic to myself, there was no chance. I got to a point where I pretty much confirmed with myself at that time, if anyone was under the age of 23, they probably had seen my face on their phone at some point. And most people who were even older than 23 had as well. So it was mad. But I don't watch it as much anymore.
No. You were so young back then, looking as well.
I was a baby. I was 16.
You're 16 then?
Is that 16? I'm 24 now. Do you know what I mean? So it's a long video.
That is a while ago now, isn't it? Feels like yesterday. Feels like yesterday now, don't it? It's mad.
It does.
Apparently, Arnold Slott's come out and said, "I'm very happy with the squad we're having now. Very happy, as you could see. Friday night as well, that we could impact the game from the bench as we did so many times last season. So, yeah, happy. But as always, we will always look."
He wants players.
Yeah. Remember, Slot was extremely happy last season. And look how many players he sold and bought.
And also, extremely happy doesn't mean we're not buying anyone else. And even when he said, like, we're going to have a quiet end to the window, literally a few days before, he said, with Virgil, we want a striker. So, again, like, don't take these sentences in isolation. Compile everything he's saying and realise he does want players. and he does feel like options are needed. And of course he would. We've just let go of Diaz, Nunes, and unfortunately we lost Jota as well. That's 3 quality forwards. If you're thinking we're going to replace all 3 of them with just one at the moment, relax.
That's what I'm saying,
That's
man.
not the plans of the club. It could happen if we just do a massive clusterfuck between now and the end of the window, but that's not the plan, and that's not what Slot wants either.
I just thought I'm 20 years older than you, James. That's mad.
I'm a baby, mate. I'm a baby.
You could actually be my son. You know, mad days.
I could.
Right.
I genuinely could. That's mad that you just said that. But I could.
That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, the reason I want Marc Guehi, though, here's my reason I want Marc Guehi, and that's why I put him on the thumbnail about my reasons for wanting Guehi, because I think Guehi will be important for Liverpool, not only as a centre back, but he can invert into them DM roles as well if needed in game, because he started his career as a DM, went backwards as a centre back. He's so good on the ball. Yeah. One of Konate's main weaknesses is ball playing skill from the back. Yeah. I actually don't think Konate long term is what Slot wants as a centre back. Yeah. I think he wants people that can play out from the back really well. And Guehi's one of them. And the thing of Guehi, I think there's games where you can go, right, I'm going to take McAllister off. I've been Guehi on playing alongside Gravenberch. Yeah. Then he can slip back a little bit and become that third centre back.
It reminds me a bit of John Stones, Guehi.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's a version of John Stones.
And by the way, back. John Stones at the peak of his game was bloody phenomenal. So, like, that's
where did Pep use him a lot? Where did Pep use him a lot? In that DM role, just to protect.
And he was really good.
Yeah, just to protect.
But you know what, though, Jay? He's a data nerd's dream because, you know, again, heading into that prime age of exactly where you want him to be when you buy him. He's already won an FA Cup. He's now won an FA Community Shield, which for a club like Palace, you can absolutely add that to the accolades. I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
So he's led them to 2 trophies. And I just think, like, when you look at what the data nerds have built over the years, try and buy the players between 24, 25. Virgil was a bit of an exception because he was 26, but mainly that's the range. Buy a leader, buy a captain of some sort, whether it's of a nation or of a team. Get a player who's good on the ball, get a player who's quite versatile. He is literally like a wet dream for the data nerds. It's a fact. And they will be desperate to get this deal done. They just understand they've got time. I think it's just a case of they feel so certain in the conversations they've had with the player and so certain in the personal terms that we've agreed with him that they're willing to wait till the end of the window to get him through the door. And I think it's almost like, I like that. We start the window with Vert, we end the window with Isak and Guehi. Me gusta. Give me those announcements in the Adidas shirt.
No, I'm telling you, man, to be a dream. So Paul Joyce put out a thing today what Arnold Slot said. So Arnold Slot says Liverpool have enough attacking depth. It depends how you look at it. If you see Florian Wirtz as an attacking option as well, you can make it 5 forwards available. Yes, we've sold Darwin. We've bought in Hugo. Lewis is gone, but maybe you can see Florian as his replacement. Then you have Frimpong, who, when he's fit, is definitely an option to play as a winger as well. Yeah. So then we end up with 6. We have 6 players who can play in 3 positions. Now, I've always said it. I think, it's a great shout. Fabinho was a right back and became our DM, though. Exactly.
He was a right back, and he was a DM, though. He was a DM. He just couldn't play right back.
He could play there as well, couldn't he? And it's like Guehi, he can go into that DM role if you need him in game as well, which I think is why he get plenty of time for football.
I swear he was more a right back at Real Madrid as well, where he didn't quite know how to use.
Yeah. Because but Fabinho was good on the ball. People forget that as well.
They do. It's because he wasn't as good as Rodri. So when Rodri came along, it was the worst thing for Fabinho because it was like when Fabinho dropped off slightly, Rodri just went like this. Yeah. And everyone then just said Fabinho was shit because.
But before that, it's quite even. It's quite even between the two.
Fabinho was world class. I just knew it was the time to sell him when it was, so I wanted him gone. But
I just think Fabinho lied about his age.
He was just unbelievable.
The fall off was mad.
I don't want to start anything right, but have you seen that new kid that we've signed from Senegal in the under-15s?
Yes.
It doesn't look good.
No.
I'm just being serious. Like, if my kid's age, then listen, let's go for it. Because that was always a joke that ran. But this kid looks older than man age. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No, it's crazy. On his birth certificates and everything.
there's no way.
New weekly J&J stream, father and son intro music. That'd be mad. If we started doing that, do you know it wouldn't be long till people started to believe it.
Genuinely believe in it, yeah.
Yeah, be like, oh, hang on.
Genuinely
I see
believe it.
similarities. Like one Southern and one Scouse. How's this working? I left early. What Arna's basically saying there, he's saying Wirtz can be played there in emergency situations. That's what he's saying, right? He doesn't want to play Wirtz left wing. That's an emergency situation. Frimpong, I do believe, is Mo Salah's backup for right wing. I've always said that. I think Conor Bradley will be Liverpool's number one right back if he's fit going forward, and that's why he bought Frimpong to play right back and Mo Salah's deputy right winger. So that still tells me he's looking for positions. Look, at the end of the day, what's the manager meant to say? Yeah, I've got these players, but I'm desperate for a right winger. Do you know what I mean? I'm desperate for a left winger. Because if we went, do you know what? I need another striker. And like Ekitike's like, whoa. Like, I'm just got here. You know what I mean? You got to managers play. And plus, if managers keep, if Slot comes out and goes, you know what, I do need another player, and that another player never comes in, they're just going to berate him all season about it.
True.
So it's best to just say what he says, man. So is Jamie Phillips actually James's father? It is.
The rumours got out, Jay.
It's out, man. It's out. Oh, damn it. The truth is out. God. The truth is out.
Yeah. That one to your Mrs. J. Go on.
Yes. I'm going to have to break it to her tonight, maybe. Yeah.
How are my siblings doing, by the way? They're all right.
Oh, they're great, yeah.
Never met them before, by the way.
Penny, Brody. Oh, Jesus. We'll have to meet up. We'll meet halfway. It was Birmingham. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alexander Isak's in the chat. Pick up Isak.
Come on, Isak.
You need me. I need you. Yeah,
I love you.
There you go. Come on.
I'll always love you. You'll be a legend no matter what happens.
Yeah.
You need me, I need you. That's fun.
I love it. Ekitike is going to be... Ekitike's... You could just tell, man.
I love the Torres comparisons, by the way, because it does give me a lot of familiarity, that's for sure.
Oh, Ekitike is just a player, man.
He's unreal. He is unreal. He's got all the attributes, doesn't he?
Jamie had a wild night in Liverpool in 2001. I might have, actually. You never know, to be fair. When's the third being released, by the way? What, the third kit? I'm not sure. They usually do it around...
I have no clue.
End of August?
Yeah, something like that. It's like an announcement. It's on an announcement. Drag it out a little bit.
Jamie paid him, mate.
Did he pay his maintenance?
That's why James has got a flat.
Hey, what can I say? Living independently, baby.
Jamie, what do you think is the best sign of the season so far out of all teams?
Florian Wirtz. And I'll say this, if we sign Isak, Florian Wirtz is still the best signing of the summer window.
Yeah, I think people have seen Wirtz play one game and already like, oh, is he actually that good?
Him off, yeah.
He's got to get used to English football, guys, man. Look at Shirky the other day against Tottenham, or I call him now, Ryan Chunky.
Do you know what I think as well? It's almost a case of we haven't had a player like that since Coutinho. So it's almost like our players have to get to his level because, and by the way, that implies like some people could misinterpret that and say, so what are you saying? Leverkusens are above our level because they got used to him. No, they just got used to him. They got adjusted and all tides rise because they played around him. And even though Salah's the main man, Salah's main job now is to create. And he's going to find a way to create for him. And if he's not directly creating for him, he's going to find a way to receive the balls that he's going to be putting through to the forwards. That's Salah's mode now. It's for Salah and him to build a relationship. It seems Ekitike and Wirtz already have that little bit of way of thinking. But if you recall Salah and Coutinho, very different because Salah had more pace, able to get in behind more. Coutinho was able to let them off. And sometimes Coutinho played on the left as well, like the way Wirtz could. But Salah became adjusted with that 10 very quickly. that will happen again for me. And even if it's not this game against Newcastle, in the meantime, Vert is still going to chip in with goals, assists, nice moments. Once it clicks, it's going to be the best thing you can watch on a weekend in the Premier League. It really will.
Yeah,
And I have no doubt about it.
I agree. Look, are we going to buy someone before next Monday, James? Even if it's not Isak or Guehi, are we going to buy another player before the end?
We get at least 2 more through the door.
I think we all hope it's the 2 we've been chatting about today. And
I think that's the 2 that come in as well. But again, under your thing, at least 2 players come through the door. I will.
Yeah.
If that didn't happen, you're going to hear a lot of complaints from the fan base.
Yeah. Look, starting the way we started the show, talking about quality over quantity, guys, and that's still my thing.
Yeah.
I still want us to buy 2 players. I think, don't get this wrong by what I've been saying, guys. We need, for me, another attacker and another centre back, because I do worry about Joe Gomez's potential injuries, and I'm still not sure if Konate's going to sign a new contract. So I want them situations sorted. If them situations get sorted, I'm happy, man. I'm proper happy with the squad. Let's go and try and win everything we can. But that concerns me. If I get Isak in and my front line for depth wise, it's Isak, Gakpo, Salah, Ekatike, Chiesa, and Rio. I'm happy. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
If our centre back options are then Guehi, Konate, Leone, and Virgil van Dijk, I'm happy about that. If I've got 2 right backs that are Frimpong and Bradley, 2 left backs that are Kirkes and Robbo, and then I've got Marmondashvili and Alisson Becker. That's a heck of a squad.
Indeed.
That's a heck of a squad. And I still ain't got, and then you've got players who could do bits like Harvey Elliott or Curtis Jones if they stay in. Things like that can add their Endos of the world, that can add their weight to the squad.
And I think people need to adopt, I'm fairly confident based on what I've seen of Arne Slot's teams, and by team, I mean staff team's history of injuries. It's really impressive. Like the way that it improved at Feyenoord, even at AZ Alkmaar, when he was the assistant. They had a great injury record. Then he goes to Feyenoord. Theirs goes dramatically better from what it was previously. Then when he leaves, theirs goes dramatically down and ours goes dramatically up in a good way. His injury history with squads is fantastic. And he already mentions at the beginning of this summer, overplaying players is something I don't want to do this season. So that's, again, another reason why I think we're going to start finding these alternatives and looking for them. Because next summer, I think is going to be big in a weird way. I think we could look at the likes of Adam Wharton and Elise and these type of profiles. But for now, if we get Isak and Guehi in over the line, which I perceive is going to happen, that is going to be enough squad depth for Arne Slot to work with for me.
Plenty. And I also think the reason we've been getting rid of a lot of players this summer and streamlining the squad is for future years.
Yeah.
Because I honestly don't think Liverpool are now going to be in the market for Ben Dokes again going forward. Do you know,
No.
They'll go for youth players still to build the academy. There's no doubt about that. They'll always
That's
look
what
at that.
was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Doak was that at the time.
And I think they're going to look at players now that have got more quality about them, more eye-catching transfers that can go straight in the first 11 and can be as good as everyone in that team. And
I think they'll continue doing both, Jay. I know what you mean. Ben Doak at his current level, we won't get a player.
Yeah, that's what I mean right now. His current level.
I completely get what you're saying. And just to add on to that, in case anyone misinterprets you, I'm assuming you believe this as well. What Ben Doak was bought as, which was an academy player from Celtic who we just profiled and put in our scouting system. Again, that's Moneyball, isn't it? Moneyball. He was a bit of a Moneyball signing. Who else can you use as a bit of a Moneyball signing? There's loads of them. You know what I mean? Ryan Brewster was a Moneyball signing from Chelsea. Dom Solanke was Moneyball. Jordan Hard was Moneyball. So again, you do just get these players who don't break into the team consistently, but you can still turn over to make a profit. And Liverpool will just do that till the day we die brilliantly under this ownership, because that's just what we've done, So yeah, continue to see young players just because what it seems to be, the model just seems to be loan them out for a bit in the Championship and get some dough for them when they come back, and it works to a T.
Yeah, exactly.
Players, they're just not good enough for our team.
Yeah, I think you're right what you say. I think Liverpool will still do that because I think that's how Liverpool financially go keep moving like Chelsea do.
It
They
is.
buy players in and flip them. So
Chelsea just do it at a mad rate.
yeah,
You
they do it at
know.
a maddest rate going. But if you
Yeah.
actually look at what they're actually doing, they're not selling first team quality players.
No.
The only real first team quality player Liverpool has sold this summer is Diaz.
Nunes.
Quality though.
Quality. Yeah.
And let's face it, Slot didn't play him hardly last season. He didn't like
He
him.
didn't. He didn't.
So-
But even like, I was going to literally just say, to copy what Eve said, Leon fans already have a big love for Tyler Moore, and even Kwan said he's been received well at Bayern.
Yeah,
So
they're good footballers. This is
they
the
are
thing.
good footballers.
They're actually really good footballers, but unfortunately for them, they've got tremendous players in their way and they're not going to get in the team.
That's right.
Tyler Moulton, if Tyler Moulton was around in the Brendan Rodgers era, he's playing every week.
Ben Doak's going to be loved by Bournemouth fans, I think. And like
they're
Kelleher's
just-
going to be loved by Brentford fans. They're going to love him.
when is Ben Doak going to play for Liverpool when Mo Salah's there?
He's not going to.
Do you know what I mean? It's
That's
just...
why he wanted to go, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's just... And one thing, I do think Gerald Quanta might be a loss long term. I think he's going to be a very good player.
Buyback clause, though, Jay.
Yeah,
By the time it matters. By the time you start regretting that, you've got the buyback
Yeah,
clause.
no, I hope Liverpool
You know what I mean?
keep massive tabs on him because I do
Because
think
we
he's
won't
a player
regret
there.
that right now, or even next season for me. I think you could start to regret that in 2-3 seasons' time, which is when that buyback clause becomes activated. So that was just clever business. If he becomes so good that you can't even turn down the idea of him returning, because he will come back 1,000,000% if he could. I think that's why I feel so secure. Like Tyler Morton, I've got time for Tyler Morton, but I'm all right with the fact we never put a buyback clause in his. Whereas the likes of Kwanzaa and Doak, I did always see like you could be something. I don't think you will be good enough for Liverpool, but you could. That's why I'm happy we got buyback clauses on them, just to make sure. You know what I mean?
No, same. I think Tyler Morton was just a bit older now in his progress as a footballer that he just needed to go and do his thing. Which, as I said, if he was around in the Brendan Rodgers era or the early maybe Jurgen Klopp era,
he'd have had a bit more of a career.
21, 22, he probably played every week.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for him now, he's not getting in front of what's there at Liverpool right now. And when you're at that age, you need to go and play. There's no point. Like, look what Gravenberch did at Bayern Munich. He never played. Yeah. Gravenberch said, "I've got to go. I don't play."
Yeah.
And now he plays every week for the best club in the world.
It was so sad for Tyler Morton as well because he literally never got a minute, lad.
No, I feel for him. I like Tyler Morton. I think he's a nice, tidy footballer who keeps the play going constantly. He recycles play beautifully. And I always said it. I think in his development, he's ahead of Stefan Bajcetic, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think Stefan's going to make it at Liverpool either. No. So I think he'd be off as well. Big Up Lawrence says that I think the amount of panic and head loss this weekend is a bit unnecessary. We have a week left in the window to get Isak and Guehi. Let's reserve our judgment when it closes. I agree. I'm with you. I get sick and tired of everyone just going mad and, Liverpool fans on social media glossing City and Arsenal constantly. It's like, let's just chill out. Everyone told me City had the best bench in the world. Well, their bench didn't help them yesterday, did it?
Did it, yay?
All right. City have spent close to 500 million in the last 2 transfer windows. Has any of their players changed their team or made it better? Like, has any of their transfers made their team better?
No.
Mamouche may be getting goals, but that's about it.
I'm not saying they've not made any good signings, but you asked me if they made them better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they improve City.
I don't think Marmouche is better than like what Mahrez was, or the players that they lost prior to getting in Marmouche. I think Marmouche just improved what was a terrible City side, but he's not going to get them to the level that they were, and that's not his fault per se. It's more the midfield and getting overrun every week. That's a huge concern. You said it when they played Tottenham, and I've said that as well. Like, I fear for their midfield.
They've got no legs. They got no legs.
No legs. And we've when our midfield was adapting, we couldn't keep it going. We fell off at the end of the season, but we were actually first with Klopp at first. Until we just dropped off and teams started realising what we were doing. City just haven't got out of that limbo. I don't think Lindsay's was the right transition to bring in either, or the manager. I think the players they've got there are just slow and not physical enough.
I I will say this: if Liverpool don't win the league this season, it'll be Arsenal. I think they're the two.
I don't know.
I just look at. I just think
on paper it should be, but I don't know. You know, Jay. I haven't seen nothing yet. You know.
Yeah, I think City will have a run of games where they might win 10 or 11 in a row, and everyone thinks City are back. But then I can see them losing 3 in a row after.
Do you know why?
They're just that sort of team. Right?
Do you know why though? I was just going to say, like, I think that the second to fifth is so much closer now. Like Arsenal, I think they're going to say goodbye to their Big Six results this year, like the way they've had good Big Six results.
Oh, they don't. Have you heard about that? Because they don't tell you.
Yeah, just a few times. It's not like it's been over 1,000 days or not, has it? Because I haven't seen that 1,000 times. Yeah, I think Chelsea will like nick a game off them. I think City probably won't. It wouldn't surprise me if Tottenham were able to get a game off them this season. Again, you know, just a club with that different energy, that different passion. I wouldn't be overly shocked if United got a draw at their place in the second game. Like, these are just things that I just foresee because there's such a transition going on at Arsenal. It doesn't feel like it's that start that they wanted with the injuries and stuff like that as well. I don't know. I just think when other teams get better, Chelsea are better now than what they was last season. United are better now. Spurs are better now. Like, these are better teams.
No.
Spurs?
No, Man United.
Man United, yeah. United might not be, actually. But you think they should be with the forwards, shouldn't you? Like, they've got proven forwards. However, you're right. It's United, and it's just what they do.
Again, United's midfield is atrocious.
It is, and that's also really bad. Yeah. But I'm just thinking, like, how close was it between United and Arsenal? I thought that United outplayed them almost.
They did, yeah.
For me, I just see them dropping more points because them type of teams are better. Whereas previously they've had a gap on those teams, you know. So that's the way I see it.
No, I agree, man. I agree. Be out Future Nexus for the Super, says Jay. Be out, Jay, mate. Nice to see you.
Future Nexus, he's a legend.
Mr. Redmond doing bit. Smash the likes, you fraud.
Legend.
Exactly. Lauren says, I wouldn't be surprised if they sell Martinelli. I think Martinelli's gone. Yeah. Getting Eze, you're keeping Trossard and giving them a wage increase. And buying Madueke, yeah, Martinelli stays.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Trossard staying. Yeah, true, actually.
Yeah, that's why I said earlier, like, who would you have between Chiesa and Trossard right now? And it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up. I mean...
honestly, I'm being dead honest, I would choose Trossard. But that's because I like Trossard as a player. I think he's quality.
Yeah, a 30-year-old Trossard, Chiesa, I'm not.
But again, no, it is just toss-up. And again, my man Chiesa's in form right now. Now wouldn't be the time, but if you'd asked me a year ago, 100%.
If I go Arsenal front three, first choice front three, Liverpool's first choice front three without Isak at the moment, I'm having Salah and Gakpo over their right and left winger.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's undisputed, but I'm even thinking like the striker is just not...
And then Gyökeres or Ekitike. I think there's more upside of Ekitike because he's 22. Gyökeres is 27, obviously. But, you know, for me, I think Ekitike is going to prove a lot of people wrong and get a lot of goals this season, even if Isak comes. And if Isak comes, I'm having Isak over Gyökeres. So,
as Guru would say, people forget, man. But Ekitike's got 34 GA last season. He was a marauder,
and apparently he was shit.
Apparently he was shit. No, it was always he had talent, but he had no end product. 34 GA. 34 GA not being the main outlet for the first 6 months because Marmoush was there.
It was only the second. It's only the second half of the season he came man outlet, and they didn't have anyone else around with him. So, you know,
I'm saying, brothers,
he's obviously a talented player. He's 22. Like, I don't expect Harry Kane went a world class finisher at 22. He took a couple of years to get into his, and then he was banging.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like
Gyökeres was playing for Blimmin Coventry at 23, 24.
Yeah, so yeah, Hugo will be fine, man. Hugo will be fine. But guys, listen, before we finish, I just want to tell everyone the end of the window is on the 1st September. We've got 7 more days to go. If we don't buy a forward and a centre back within them 7 days, I don't care who it is, and as long as they're quality, obviously, I don't want like Watkins or anything. Yeah. If we don't get our players in, of course, on the 1st September, I'm not going to be totally happy about it.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not freaking out just yet, guys. I'm just letting you know that in the chat. I'm not freaking out just yet because we don't know, anything can happen in 24 hours, as they say. So
that's right.
That's chill till the 1st, guys. When it comes to the 1st, I'm sure we'll do emergency streams. You know, they'll be everywhere.
More than one.
They'll be everywhere. So It's all good, guys. It's all good. Super Mix says Liverpool have the best attack. We got the best defense. Defense over attack. You had the best defense last
got a more
season.
defensive way of playing. We've got a more attacking way of playing. If we defended the way you did, we'd probably concede less goals.
Yeah,
And if we went the approach of buying 4 centre backs, like we would have got Hato over Guehi if we wanted to play like Arsenal played, but we don't.
We bought
that sounds like I'm being salty or disrespectful. I'm not. It's just when people start saying Gabriel and Saliba is better in combination than Van Dijk and Kanate, that's not true. It's basically due to the fact that we have a much harder system to defend in. The same way you have a much harder system to attack in. Simple. That's just the balance of football. Some managers put their eggs more in one area than others, and Arteta's in defence.
I don't think in 2025 you need the best defence to win the league. I think you need an extremely good defence, but you need a world-class attack.
Yeah.
I think it's the other way around. I think if you concede between 35 and 40 goals in the season, but you've got a world-class attack, I think you can still win the title.
And Arsenal are proof of that. They've had the best defence in the league for 3 seasons and haven't won a league.
Yeah.
So what you've just said, Arsenal are proven by Arsenal fans' own standards. So Arsenal fans must disagree based on what they've seen. If their defence is still the best defence, which they're using stats to justify, but they're not winning the league, but apparently defence wins you leagues, then they're disproving the whole narrative. So, Jay, what you're saying, they now need to agree with you on, because no league titles, my brother, and it's been the pretty much same defence.
And look, if Liverpool won every game this season 3-1, Liverpool still win the league, but conceding 38 goals.
That's right.
Do you know? So I just think you've got to have an extremely good defence, which Liverpool do, but you've got to have world-class attack, and I think that's what Liverpool do have. So,
and so do Arsenal. But
Arsenal do. It's just the way Arteta plays. Yeah,
it is the way Arteta plays. That attack could cook if Arne Slot was the manager. Like, I'm not disputing that. Imagine them bombing on counter-attacks. Martinelli will probably come back to a degree under Arne Slot, because, again, he would utilise him in the correct way, which just Arteta hasn't been able to do. But for me, I just think you've got to accept it. Like, just different style of plays are going to get you certain ways. Again, like, Carragher and Hippier weren't better than a lot of centre-backs, like, in the league. Do you know what I mean? Hippier, not as much. Carragher will be the prime example that I use here. For me, he was able to get more clean sheets in a collective defence because of the style he played in, you know? So,
Jim, Stefan Honcho and Sammy Hippier were unbeatable as a combination at one time.
Yeah, exactly.
And were they to look, Sammy Hippier? I don't think Sammy Hippier gets the love he should have done in Premier League football. He was a diamond of a centre back.
He only does by the Liverpool fans, doesn't he?
Such a good centre back. It's Jamie Look, was Hippier and Carragher were a great partnership in the way Liverpool play, because Rafa Benitez was a defensive-minded coach. He was a pragmatic coach. So if you got very good centre backs with a very good, world-class, pragmatic coach, guess what? You go defend brilliantly as a team. That's what it is. But look, Arsenal are a good side, man. I'm not going to put Arsenal down. They've got great players, good side. Let's see how it goes. But I've gave too much love to Arsenal tonight. I need to take a cold shower. Just big up the chat, man. You guys have been brilliant as always. It is late. I'm going to go to bed. Big up James for jumping in as always.
My man.
And as you see, James did 2 shows in the trot the other day. He's back.
I am on fire, Jay. You can't even. You've got to give me credit, mate. I've been on fire. No, it's been nice because I've done it with I've just took a very easy approach, easing my way back into it, doing streams I want to do and working with people I want to work with, because
that's the way to do
before I just worked with whoever, and because you feel like it's nice to sort of work with people who are sort of on the up. But now I just work with people who I can have good discourse with, you know what I mean? And I know really well. And over time, I'm sure I'll meet new people and do content. But for now, I've got a good circle, mate. So it's been a nice transition back into YouTube.
That's the way I keep it as well. I just keep people I like the best close to me, man. And
that's it.
people I can banter with, have a laugh with, have good convos with. That's what you want, man.
We've got a good community as well. That stems from a lot of the people in your chat I know from mine, and I know I see a lot of people in here from Coppish, and a lot of people in Coppish come from mine, and it's just it's great. We've all got like a very simultaneous community in a lot of ways.
Certainly.
So it works out well, and we all get along really well. Like me, you, Husam, Tom, Coppish lads.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
it's good group.
Exactly. Talking of us, Sam, you can see me on the Sam show tomorrow at 12 o'clock, by the way. So.
I was supposed to be doing that, but this guy's in work, man.
He's
so
working.
He's working.
Earning their bread. Big up,
That's
man.
it, lads.
But yeah, I'll be on Sam's show.
Money after me, you know what I mean?
Prediction for tomorrow's game. Pain. I think we get the win. I do think we get the win.
I can see it being a high scoring affair, though.
Yeah, Newcastle, Liverpool is the. I said today.
Games,
I said today I wouldn't be shocked if Liverpool win 3-1, man.
I've gone with 3-2, but
be up, Lauren.
I'll take just 3 points. If we walk out of St James's Park with 3 points, I'm a very pleased man.
Yeah,
I can't imagine going on Twitter if we drop points that game.
Oh man, it'd be a nightmare. Liverpool are going to play it in Liverpool's way, guys. I don't know how to break it to you. We're going to play in our way, and our way is just go and fuck the other goal.
No, it is. No, it is. Oh, yeah. Just score as many goals as you can.
It's Liverpool going to play our way, guys. Will it be a bit, oh my God, can we just sit back for a while? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I honestly think the energy in that game is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And St. James's Park is going to be mental. And I think, like we watch a lot of MMA, yeah, when you see fighters have an adrenaline dump halfway through the fight and they literally can't move.
Yeah.
I think that's what might happen to Newcastle players. I think they're going to be all over us for half hour. I think they could be like, we're hanging on. And all of a sudden, they just collapse. And I think not having a striker is going to be really difficult for them.
Agreed.
So, yeah, I'm going for a 3-1. I think we end up winning comfortably towards the end of the game, but very nervy at the beginning.
Let's hope so, mate.
Yeah, 3 points. Nice. Bring the 3 points home, and then the Arsenal game on the weekend's going to be huge.
Get into these friggin' barcodes.
Right, guys, we're out of here. Don't forget to go and subscribe to James' channel if you've not done so already. He's on the way to 100,000 subscribers. He'll be there soon, man. It won't be too long, man.
Man.
Get that plaque and hang it proud.
And subscribe here as well.
Yeah, big up, guys. Big up, guys. Much love to everyone. See you.